I was on the subway to go home like usual and was swaying to the music in my headphones. Suddenly, something collided with my skirt, causing it to fly a little. Because it was so crowded that I thought it might be because of the bag or someone accidentally coming across it, so I did not think anymore. Only when I felt a cold hand touch my butt, then I screamed. I said, "Ah, you pervert! Who is it? Who touched my butt?" Of course, there was no answer to that. Everyone turned their gaze on me and looked annoyed. A guest said, "Hey you, who touches your butt but you don't know? Solve it yourself. Don't shout like that. You're making noise and causing disorder in public places." After that criticism, everyone started to follow it. It seemed like no one cares about what had happened to me. I tried to suppress the tears, alerting my surroundings to protect my body. After getting off the bus, I ran really fast and went into the busiest road to escape. After I got home, I closed all the doors, took the blanket to cover me, and cried. After that day, I kept getting harassed messages and anonymous calls. I am Aurora. I am a high school student. Bella is my best friend in my class. Our family is not very well off, so both Bella and I have to work after school. Bella is the one who always protects me from bad men. Because my appearance is like an adult woman, sometimes I feel proud of my plump body, but sometimes I feel like too sexy is a problem too. Because when I went out, the boys kept staring at me, made me feel uncomfortable. Above all, I have a fear of men. If a man accidentally touches me, I will be extremely sensitive and scream. At that time, Bella will come and give them a lesson whether they are right or wrong. Bella is very personal and she knows martial arts, so I feel very comfortable when being with her. And on the contrary, I am a shy and very gentle girl. Recently, I have encountered something disgusting and perverted. Not knowing what the pervert did, he sent me extremely sensitive gifts every day, mostly underwear, even condoms. More disgusting are those condoms that are used, accompanied by a sick letter. "Dear Aurora, do you like these gifts? I used it to satisfy my lust when thinking about you." The content makes me feel nauseous. Not stopping there, he also sent photos to my email with a virtual account. The problem here is that that's my photos. He followed me to take pictures of me? How does he take hot photos of me? I was very scared when I thought about it. Ever since receiving those anonymous photos, I have been more cautious to everything around me, and thanks to that, I have been asserting that someone is always observing me silently. I told Bella everything and she made an idea that she would always be there for me when I went out, because only that will ensure my safety. I immediately agreed. And so from then on, we always go to school together, come back home together, and go to work together too. I feel very happy and also very assuring. Everything was going like that until a month later. At that day, when Bella and I returned home as usual, when suddenly I received a call from my mother saying that she had forgotten the door key at work and told me to hurry home to open the door for her to come in. Me and Bella immediately accelerated to the train station, so it was a coincidence. Bella also had a phone call saying that our workplace had a problem that needed Bella to come back to handle. Although we did not feel comfortable if leaving me alone. But because there was no other way, Bella and I had to part ways here. On the way to the subway, I always felt like someone was following me. But when I looked back, I saw a shadow and then it quickly disappeared. I immediately recalled the story I had encountered on the train last time. My goodness! Could it be him? I tried my best to run really fast towards the train. This time I heard his footsteps clearly. No matter how fast I tried, he followed me to the train. Time to get on the train. I did not hurry to get on the train, but I hid in the nearby crowd and watched the movement. He followed me up the train and he was bewildered when he couldn't see me. Thanks to the electric light of the subway that I gradually saw his face. What? Oh my God! He is Lloyd! Unbelievable! Lloyd is a crazy man pursuing me at school. Almost every time he encounters me, he always hangs on and gives me lewd invitations to me. It is unbelievable that he is the one who harassed me the whole time. I angrily boarded the train and deliberately approached him to ask it. But I was wrong, completely wrong. Not only was he afraid of my accusations, but he was also very excited. He deliberately sat close to me. I realized his intentions now, but it was too late. Because of the crowds, I could not change places and go to another place. And he deliberately cornered me in the corner of the seat. After the train started, I sat down with him imagining his tragic endings if he dared to do wrong. But it was so different from my imagination. I was so scared that I dared to do nothing when he started to bump into my body. I was scared if I screamed it would affect everyone again, but he refused to let go. When he started taking more violent actions, I could not calm down and shouted for help. Do you know what happened? That bastard dragged me into his play and made everyone believe it. When I showed everyone that pervert, he cried. He said I was a fraud, said I betrayed and stole his money so he came here to take me home. He was so shameless. I cried and begged everyone to save me, but no one believed me. Because his actor tears are better than my genuine tears many times, he announced that I was his wife, so all matters were family matters, so he forbid all the intervene. Finally, when the train stopped, he pulled me in front of many people and dragged me off the bus to his block nearby. This place was so lonely and cold. There were no neighbors nor his family here. I bet he prepared his house to do unwarranted things. I cried and begged, but he still did not stop. He pulled me into the room and stood in front of the door. He casually stood in front of me and said, "Shout, shout, shout to see if anyone could come to save you," with his savage smile. I said, "Please let me go, please." When he heard that, he laughed louder. "Let you go, then when I finish you, I'll bring you home." After saying that, he slammed the door shut and came closer to me. As he walked away, he removed the buttons. How disgusting! Wicked guy! I scarily took the waste paper and bottles around and threw it at him, but he still did not stop. I retreated towards the nearby corner of the wall, cowering in fear. His body approached more, then he hugged me. I tried to shake but could not get out of his control. He threw me onto the bed violently. I closed my eyes and waved hands, scratched him. But he was like a demon right now, so he kept charging at me despite my resistance. In desperation, my hand was like holding onto something that seemed stiff, like a wooden stick falling from his old bed. I banged on his head. He screamed in pain. By that moment, I kicked him out and broke the door to run out. I ran all the way out to the street in front of the house while running and screaming, "Help me, please! Someone wants to kill me!" I looked back and was frightened that Lloyd was chasing behind me. My shaky legs tried their best to keep running. Luckily on that road, a car was coming towards me. I risked running out the middle of the road, blocking the front of the car. The car hastily braked. The people in the car hurriedly stepped out. Oh my God! It was Bella and the shop owner that we were working part-time. She was surprised to see my appearance. This time Lloyd also chased to the place. He saw someone was coming, so he quickly turned away and ran. Bella and the boss took me in the car and drove home. On the way back, I told the story to Bella and the boss. Both of them were shocked at my story, but Bella was very angry and promised to give Lloyd a lesson. And I could only sit there and cry. After that day, because there was no real evidence, I could not accuse Lloyd with the police. But Bella gave him a lifelong lesson on my behalf. Me and Bella have also decided to transfer to another school to study. The goal is to stay away from that perverted Lloyd. And how about you? What would you do if you were me in that case? Please leave a comment below this video.